So you want me to talk about? Well, I can talk about One Reg.
I'm just interested to hear like that
Yeah,
show. Like as I told you, it hit me very hard. I
yeah.
felt like it has a lot of impact, and it's one of the only shows that like really stuck with me, like
hmm
for the long run. After I watched like an episode.
What do you mean when you say it stuck with you for long? Like you just felt like every episode was really impactful, or I'm not sure what you mean.
Um, so maybe not necessarily every episode, but
Mm-hmm.
after watching Wonder Egg, I kind of end up thinking about it a bit more. Like,
Um.
um, I feel like if we got like I don't know, let me look. So Attack on Titan,
Yeah.
like it's amazing hype, and
Yeah.
I gotta make sure that everybody who watched it, we talk about it like a bit. So 1 day, 2 days, but after it, like I'm just waiting for the next episode. Okay,
Sure.
things like Doctor Stone, that but 1 day less. So just like the first day, it's like very hype. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Promised Neverland, kind of like Doctor Stone as well. Like yeah, I kind of want to talk like, oh shit, that reveal, mega spoiler later. Um, or like ReZero again, like
Mm-hmm.
same thing, hype, very cool. We talk about it. Horimiya, nobody talks about Horimiya.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's
but
good.
people
It's
know.
good. Yeah.
Jobless Reincarnation, everything that I look at this season,
Uh huh.
maybe barring Beastars,
Mm-hmm.
which um yeah has its own like intimidating uh furry trap feeling to some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
um I have no other way to phrase that.
I understand what you mean,
So
but it's
besides
not a furry trap
Beastars,
though. Yeah.
yeah,
I get what you
yeah.
mean.
So besides Beastars, which is a show that I think in the first place, like people who watch the first season already know it's gunning for like kind of allegories to like human society. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like very easy with this one to think
Mm-hmm.
about it later. But
Yeah.
Wonder Egg kind of like it doesn't say anything that directly makes me, oh, this is interesting. Let me think about that. It's just that like after watching it, I end up thinking, hmm, these characters or like they like stay in my head, they don't really leave.
I
So
see.
that's what I mean, like that feeling of like they're not really leaving my space like after 1 or 2 days.
I see. And like we talked a little bit about that feeling last time. And it was like partially because I was saying like, oh, I kind of associate with this character. So do you think from your end, what like is it because you associate with the characters? Like there's a little bit of you in there, or like what would you say that's all about? How's it going, cheat?
mm, so I'm let me just open this. I won't look at the characters because
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
wondering
I have the
if
character list
it's
up right now, so go ahead and open it on your side. I was wondering if there's a stream on because I
I'm
noticed the two of
wondering
you were in the room. Check both
if it
channels, no
is
stream.
really
Then
that.
check again right now. Yeah.
um because the characters
Mm-hmm.
are very like they start with like very like obvious kind of stereotypes, but they seem to be like growing out of them like
Yeah.
halfway through the show.
I think that that's
um
kind of the purpose of the show, right? So
yeah, of course.
it's yeah. Every character is trying to overcome something. So there's a very steady progression in each episode towards them, I guess. Um, I don't I don't know what it is. Like they just have a lot of struggles, and like every episode they're just getting better at dealing with it in a way. I mean, like I can talk a lot about all the stuff that I watch if you want me to just go. If you like want to take a look at the character list while I just ramble for a
No,
bit.
I'm seeing them in front of my eyes. Like I'm just wondering if it is like any of them being like very relatable to me, even though like when I look at them,
Uh huh.
not like look physically, when I
Yeah.
just like examine them,
Yeah.
um I wouldn't say any of them speaks to my personal experience that
Mm-hmm.
much.
Uh huh.
um Maybe beside the I a
Okay.
bit.
Okay.
um
Yeah. Um,
It didn't feel like I'm thinking about them because I'm very connected to the stories or because like emotionally like I am emotionally invested in them, but it didn't feel like that. It just kind of made me think about them in general, just like thinking, oh,
yeah,
these
I feel
characters
you.
kind of interact in that way, and kind of like giving them like I'm just giving them space in my head, basically, just like letting them run.
Yeah, no, I think I understand what you mean. Because I think part of the reason is that like a lot of the things that they talk about in the show are very like deep, raw emotions that these characters have, because they're what is bringing them together in the first place is that they have all dealt with some kind of death, right? And so, there's something that is, that's connecting them on a very like base level. um and I think that a lot of people can like empathize with these characters when they see like all of the, basically it's like a lot of crap that they've had to go through in their lives. So like I kind of like regret a little bit that that I binged through like all the whole thing, essentially, because I didn't really have that time to like process in between like you have when you're just watching it on a weekly basis. But definitely at the end of every episode, I would, think about what exactly it is that they're trying to say in each episode, because I think that they kind of have a theme for each episode. Like I'm trying to think of a specific one. I think it was
No,
episode.
but I agree
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like they represent a certain issue in society or a certain struggle,
right,
um, like in every story,
right, right.
like through the victims that they help.
Yeah, each different character has some kind of an issue, right? So, well, some kind of a struggle. Like I think if we go, like I think I don't know if she's like guilty or maybe she just feels like some kind of what is it? Like she's upset that she lost her friend without knowing why.
I mean,
Um,
she does feel guilty because her weakness stopped
yeah.
her from helping her, even though the request that was made for her was unreasonable.
So yeah,
She feels still responsible.
she does feel a little responsible, I think, but also it was either in the sixth or I think it was in the sixth episode where I was talking about how um she was upset because her friend Koito, I think is the name of the girl, didn't open up to
Mhm.
her, right? And so I think that there's a little sense of betrayal there, where
I think she's now finding like so basically the relationship they had in the beginning was very
hmm
like two-dimensional, and
hmm
it seemed like from the first episode like Koito was like the she was an amazing friend to her, she was
yeah,
fully accepting, and when she needed her most, even like as unreasonable as it was,
yeah,
then I just ditched on her. But the more that she realizes how relationships with her current friends work, like she realized how unhealthy that was, like that one-sided relationship that they had, the
hmm
fact that like they weren't like open towards each other, they were just kind of like relying on each other.
yeah,
um
and her other friends have helped her realize that. I think it was Neiru who was the one who it was either Neiru or Rika, one of the
mhm.
two, who brought up like, does Koito even want to be revived, right? And
Yeah, I think it was Rika, like
it might have,
in
yeah, I think it might have been Rika. And I thought that that was very like on the nose, because up until that episode, which was like five or six or something like that, I had just been kind of blindly trying to revive her friend without even like really considering like what it would mean to bring her friend back. And then Enrica was like, well, like, what are you doing? Like, just take a second, like, reflect on your inner self, you know?
hmm
So that was really like eye opening in a way, because even I myself as a viewer did not consider like, does Koito even want to come back to life? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, just
so
in general, the fact they brought it up is like a
yeah,
good start, I
yeah.
think. Like when like that kind of issue is like what I meant, like um having like the perspective of like, well, I obviously want to bring these people back because I have a use for that.
Yeah.
make me happy. But
How's it going, Kobayashi?
um, what did these character want that like ended up taking their own lives?
Sip,
Um,
sip, sip, sip. Yeah, I feel you. Um, and I think that that's kind of the struggle, because like every character has talked a little bit about the person that they're trying to save, with the exception of Nadu, because she's the only one. So her sister
yeah, she just
attempt
said that it's the sister.
it was her sister. No, but see, in episode 7, I think it was the latest episode, where she said that her sister had actually tried to stab her and kill her. So
Oh yeah,
there's some like deep problem going on there that Nadu doesn't want to acknowledge for whatever reason. So we still don't fully understand what exactly is the beef between Nadu and her sister. But with the other characters, we do kind of get like why they're trying to save the people that they're trying to save. Um, and I think that that's really important, because then it helps us
yeah.
like see like what exactly their internal struggle is. And I think with like Rika in particular, she I think that like, because she has such a bad relationship with mom, and she doesn't know who her dad is, and these kind of emotions at her age have, I think that it made her like very spiteful and bitter. So like she mistreated her fans, and now she feels very guilty about it. So that's one thing that she's kind of sort of resolving slowly by
Wait, do you think that's why she's mistreating our fans?
no, not entirely. I think it's a
Oh,
factor.
okay.
I think that it's part of it. It's
I'm just
I think
interested
it's a
because
part
like
of
I
it.
saw it as a like
Yeah.
originally
Well,
I
you
saw it
tell me what
as
you think about. Yeah. Let me know what you think.
so I thought like she was kind of searching like she
Mhm.
doesn't know her dad, her connection with her mom is terrible, and I feel like somewhere she probably wants like a normal family or like this kind of like normalcy feeling. I thought like or at least how I felt was that she was mistreating her fans or like doing these like pushes to like end her like career like she wanted to stop like that kind of like
Mhm.
life so I'm assuming like what she would be going for is like
Mhm.
mistreating her fans because that would probably make them stop like coming to my shows, right? And then I could go back to
Yeah. I
like
could.
my normal life. Like that's how it felt to me, but it's probably like an amalgamation of these things.
Yeah. I would agree that it's definitely like a big mixture of everything coming together. I don't know. I can see where you're coming from there. I'm not sure if I 100% agree. Hmm. I can see where you're coming from. Yeah. So I don't see what other reason like I mean there either way like there is some anger that she has that she's taking out on her fans, or that she did take out on the girl's name was Chiemi, right? And
Hmm.
then um and so I think like she it regrets that it went the way that it did. So well, I mean, at the end of the day, like this show is kind of a very deep show, because like these are the kind of issues that maybe like very very close friends would discuss with each other. The kind of things that you actually would probably come up in like therapy or something like that. It's like it's a very like core thing that these characters are dealing with. That no, I don't know. It felt very raw. Like when I was watching it, I was like, man, like this is deep. Like I was thinking to myself while I was watching every episode, like, oh man, if I wasn't like in a good headspace, like this is not the kind of show that I want to be watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so I appreciated it more because of how just like in your face a lot of these problems and emotions were, and so I mean it's a great show. And also like the animation is amazing.
Yeah, the
what
animation feels really great with this one.
what's the studio for this one?
Um,
i'm
so
taking i'm taking a look
Cloverworks.
here. Yeah, Cloverworks. It's really really nice. Oh,
Oh, dude, they're doing. Wait, what?
yeah, they did the bunny one
They're
and
doing.
Horemia.
Wait, they're doing everything
They're
right
doing
now.
they're basically doing everything. I'm looking at your screen right now because I don't have it on my screen, but they're basically doing everything. Promised Neverland,
Horimiya,
Horemia,
Wonder Egg.
Wonder Egg, of course, is what we're talking about,
Just
and
like
there's a
half
lot of good
half of
stuff.
the big stuff.
Yeah, really really good stuff. Excellent job. You know what has? It's funny. I'm going to use this phrase. Caught my eye in Wonder
Hmm.
Egg is the amount of detail that they put in the characters' eyes, because there's so many shots. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like there's so many shots in each episode where they like zoom in on the character's face, and they spent like a lot of time like making these eyes very detailed, and it actually like stands out to me. So that's just, I mean,
I
I
didn't notice it.
yeah, I don't know if I would call that like minor or not, because like, you know, some people will notice and some people won't, but like it stood out. Like I was,
The thing is, like when you say that, I'm thinking like I haven't been binging it. Like I've been watching it like show to show. But
that's true.
thinking about it, like if I have to recall,
Hmm.
like let's choose like one of the more familiar shows,
Yeah.
like let's say Attack on Titan. Like if I have to recall faces of like the main characters, right now,
Hmm.
and I have to recall like the four faces of like main characters in Wonder Egg.
Yeah.
Well, now I have them on my screen, so it feels kind of unfair to say.
Yeah, because it's kind of
But
cheating, right?
I feel like more details would come if I try to remember the girls from Wonder Egg. Then
Yeah.
like
And
just more details.
so I agree. And I think it's because like these characters have been very purposely, as far as I can, you know, I'm assuming here, right, that they are very very different from each other on purpose. Um
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think the like honestly probably the biggest reason why I'm calling out the eye thing is because eye has the heterochromia going on when one of her eyes is like
Hmm.
orange and the other one is blue or something. So and that's kind of like it's not a story point, but the other characters like call it out every so often. They're like, oh hey, like are you wearing colored contacts or whatever? And so like it kind of just made me notice like all these scenes that I was talking to you about where they like zoom in on the person's face and it's like, oh, like wow, they put a lot of detail in there. So that's just one more thing to appreciate from Clover. Like obviously they're doing an excellent job this season with the animation.
Yeah, I'm just like one last thing
Mm,
I kind of want to bring up, and it just came to me now
sure.
because I didn't really look at the poster before.
Okay.
Um,
Oh
you
yeah, that
notice how everyone is sleeping besides I?
hold on. I did not. I hold on, like I'm trying to bring it
I
up
I,
real quick.
I just now saw this. Like I didn't.
You're
This
right. Wow, I didn't think about that.
this is
Actually,
not premeditated.
actually, so this is an interesting. I'm glad that you brought that up actually, because now I have more stuff to talk about that's like Wonder Egg specific. So, um, it, did they ever explain the two dudes, like the house that they go to? It's one of them is called Aka and the other one's called Ura Aka, right?
Yeah,
Did they ever explain like are those guys like gods? Like where did they come from? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
How's it going, Asagi?
They didn't talk about it at all. We don't know like where is this taking
Yeah,
place. It's just like we know
yeah.
there's like a specific like route you
But
need to
but the
take
thing,
in order to get there.
but they can get
But
here from the human world though, right?
yeah, but we don't
Yeah,
know how.
we don't really know how. And so what's there's so many like little things that we don't know about this like place where they go to buy the Wonder Eggs. It's like really really intriguing to me because there was this one part in like episode 4 or 5 where all the girls are together and they're at a bowling alley, which is apparently part of the whole area. And
Area, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then Aka, who's kind of in charge of everything, he's like, okay, I'll give you guys one game on the bowling alley and you guys can play. And the way that I convinced him to allow them to play was by saying that this is group therapy. And when she said that, I was like, holy crap. Like that's what this is. That's literally what this entire Wonder Egg thing is for these girls, is group therapy. You know, and I was like, whoa, I was like blown away actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things I was thinking about.
Mm.
Like I was wondering how real these events are, because like whenever like someone supernatural like occurrences happen in like
Yeah.
semi-realistic shows, I always try to think, well, is this real? Like, are they going for like actually supernatural things are happening, or is this something that happens within the characters or within one character?
We know that it's a blend. We know it's a blend because Nadu was in the hospital for several days.
Yeah.
And it was because of all of the trauma that, the injuries that she had taken from fighting in the dream world. So, and then,
So,
yeah, go ahead.
so the way that I saw it is like, and in the last episode, really kind of like sends me into the more realistic
Uh-huh.
take.
Yeah.
So she could be in the hospital because she is like in trauma from like the last fight. She could
Yeah.
also be in trauma because the fight is symbolizing something that she's doing to herself.
Huh.
Because like on the last fight we saw Rika, if you remember, spoilers, not
Yeah,
spoilers,
yeah, yeah,
alert.
yeah. No,
We
no, we have
saw
the
her.
spoiler alert on, yeah.
Um, so the thing was that we saw the same injuries that she was showing in the dream, like in real life.
Yes, but she actually stated that she had, you know, she'd injured herself prior to going into the dream world.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying like they should be healing there, right?
Oh, I think I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Because that's what happened so far.
No, but okay, so agreed and also not agreed because
Okay.
when like I'm thinking back to the first episode when they took injuries inside of the dream world, then they would heal over. Actually, oh man, this is another thing that I want to talk about too. They would heal inside the dream world, but then when they got out, they were still kind of hurt because
Hmm.
I was like bleeding like in her kitchen, and they had to go to the hospital. And then but there was a part, and I think it was like episode 6, where Nadu, when she was talking about her motivation to fight in the dream world, right? She was like, my sister stabbed me in the back, and then it showed the scar, and then she said, every single time I go into the dream world, the scar heals a little bit, right? So actually, I think like it's actually like kind of ambiguous. Like I don't think we're supposed to know exactly like just how much they heal when they go into the dream world. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see. I see. So wait, what? Oh, yeah, yeah. So the thing about it being real or not was
Yeah.
like I'm still gonna keep it in the back of my mind because
Mm.
um, that line with like saying this is group therapy
Yeah.
um, felt to me like they were alluding this is actually group therapy, and the one rank priority thing is just like an excuse for them to meet up. Like there are these kind of like four girls that were gathered to like kind of help each other.
Okay.
Um, Now the reason like I say that is
Yeah.
because it was never stated in the first episode, as far as I remember, and I'm gonna have to go again and check because it's been like
Yeah.
almost a
Now it's
month.
been a while. It's been
But
like what? No, it's almost been 2 months,
um,
I think. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So in the first episode, it is never, and each one of the girls came to the same conclusion, but we don't know why, that they're gonna bring back their friend. But it was
Yes.
never stated by anyone, really.
What? Oh, that it would actually happen?
Yeah, like the firefly that guides them doesn't say that,
I
or
I,
like
I
mosquito.
thought that he did. I could be wrong because now it's been a while for me too. But I could be wrong
Yeah,
about that.
so I have to check again, but I'm
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah.
sure it wasn't stated.
Yeah,
Like they
maybe you're
just kind
right.
of like said, "Wait,
Oh,
if
oh
you
no.
keep doing that, I can bring back my friend," and he just doesn't say anything.
Oh, maybe you're right. Oh
He
shoot.
just
Wow, I
says the
don't
first
remember.
one's free.
Yes, yes, he did say that. And I don't understand why they have to pay in the first place. I think that's funny. um,
So strange.
it's really strange. Well, I mean, like I think that a lot of things in the show being strange is part of the whole dream world, real world dynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. That's like really they really like tread those.
yeah. Which I like it though. So
Hmm.
okay. Oh, so shoot, what was the thing that I was like talking and then now
Um,
now I remember. So you know how we were saying like they heal inside the dream world. There was actually a part, I think it was like episode 4, where Rika was
That was
she
with the
she
fan.
she fell asleep. She fell asleep with I, and
Mhm.
then they went to the dream world together, right? And that was the first time that that had happened. When that happened, Rika said, "We are immortal here," and um, when she said that, I started kind of like thinking to myself, well, like, you know, if they're immortal in this world and they're also very powerful in this world, then like, how come they just don't go wild when they're trying to kill the boss? You know what I mean? So I think that that kind of like toes the line of the thing that we were talking about earlier, when we were like, do they really take damage in the real world if they take damage in the dream world? Because we know that they don't die in the dream world, you know?
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's
Because
just,
I'm
just
just wondering, like, she said you just brought it up, and it again, that's just the effect the show has on me. But,
yeah.
like, usually when I hear like
Hmm.
somebody say I'm immortal, I'm thinking like, oh, they're like that world makes them powerful. But when I hear like let's say Rika say I'm immortal,
Yeah.
and, like we're immortal in the dream world, two
Hmm.
thoughts go into my head. One
Hmm.
is like, did you check, like, because it sounds like she would, and the
Yeah.
second one is like, um immortal how? Because like the moment you leave,
Yeah.
then you'd be done, right? Like I think like,
I think so. I have a comment on that actually, if you're done with your
yeah,
comment.
go.
Okay, okay. Cause so you know how I is like always fighting at the school. And
Hmm.
there was this girl with an eye patch on who could see ghosts or whatever. And she was so I was trying to save that girl. Um I couldn't figure out if the whole mission was like one continuous thing, because they kept breaking up the fight into like five different parts or something like that. So I actually wanted to ask you a question, because maybe you know the answer to this and I don't. um do they only have one shot to save the person, the girl that they're trying to save?
um
So
by
like,
one shot, do you mean like, I
so
don't
so
think
so
they
okay,
can leave
because
the dream world
so they crack the egg, right?
to try again later? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like they crack the egg, and then you know somebody comes out of the egg, and they have to protect that person, right?
Yeah.
So do they only have one day cycle to to
I I, I
do it
I think
successfully?
I think they just like they have to be in the dream world till they succeed, question
That's
mark, or till
yeah,
they die, till they leave.
exactly, question mark,
It's
right? Like
it says like one. Okay, so the if I remember correctly, then you gotta do it by the time the sun goes
by the
up,
time the
or if
sun,
you defeat the boss, right?
yes, yes. So the thing is that
Or you
the
could fail.
or you could fail, but I don't know if failing means that you can come back the next day and try again. Like I don't know, I don't actually know.
I don't think so, right?
Okay.
Because the egg has to be broken.
Yes, the egg has to be broken. It's just like this one episode was confusing me because the fight was just broken up into so many different parts where
Oh,
they
I see
like,
what you mean. But that fight was done like they were showing you parts, but it was definitely happening after the events because the events come up in the fight.
oh, okay, okay, that makes sense then. All right, maybe they just have one chance. Okay.
Because like her talk with like her friends kind of comes up like as part
Yeah.
of her realization of what she needs to do.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So never mind
So
what I was
I
saying.
just thought they wanted kind of to weave it through to kind of like see her like um see kind of like the process she was going through
Yeah.
with like the key points that made her get to them.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I feel like there's still more that we could even like talk about. We've spent like almost half an hour on this, so like we gotta go into something else.
Okay,
But I
we
feel
we
like
can we
I
can
feel
move
like
on
there's
from
I feel
Wonder
like
Egg.
there's even like more that we could like talk about with Wonder Egg. Like it's just so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe but it's fine because we're gonna have, you know, like another 4 episodes, 5 episodes, so we can always talk more about it later. But let's talk about something else. Let's see what is good.
What is
Um,
good?
Mushoku Tensei. We can talk about Mushoku Tensei because I saw the episode. You know, like every week that I've been watching Mushoku Tensei, I've just really been appreciating the art style. And
Yeah, it's
it feels really like hand drawn. I mean, this sounds weird to say, right? Like that it seems hand drawn. Yeah. Can we? Okay, hold on. One small comment about Water Egg again, that
Okay.
all the monsters are CG,
Yeah.
and it's not the best CG that I've seen, but I just understand. I think I know why they went CG because there's just so many monsters. Can you imagine how hard it would be to animate all of that? You know, like it would just be stupid hard to animate like
You know,
tons and tons
I've
of
been
monsters.
hearing this. I feel like this is the third time I heard like the animating stuff hard, so people go CG.
Yeah,
Um, like lately, I'm
sure.
just wondering why is that an excuse now if people used to do it before? Like people used to animate them, but
They
now CG is
did.
an option, so they don't.
I think it's just a money thing, like and a time thing because it's got to save a bunch of time. Like there's like think about it, right? Like there's if it took this exact same amount of time to do it by hand as opposed to doing it CG, then they do it by
Hmm.
hand every single time because it just looks better, right? So I think it's got to be either saving time, saving money, or both.
I think it's both, by the way.
Yeah.
CG
So
seems to like in these kind of models
yeah.
like save a lot of time and through that a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
because like it saves saves like artists that work on that.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like, I don't think about it too deeply. But anyways, going back to Mushoku Tensei,
Hmm.
um, it just looks really, really nicely drawn out. I don't know, like it looks like it's like been penciled, in a way. Like it's not that clean. It is clean, but at the same time, it's got like a roughness to it. I don't know how to explain it, but I just love the way it looks. I think it looks great. Um, as far as like what happened in the show, nothing too big, right? Like
Yeah, we had 2 episodes of like them kind
yeah,
of chilling.
because Rudy is basically just trying to make his money. He's trying to teach Eris,
Yeah,
I think
and
is her name.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's kind of it. That's all that's happening. I mean, I still like it. I still think it's interesting. There's
so
not a whole lot going on though. Yeah.
again, like I'm just like coming back to like how everything that I usually hate about isekais is like they're just doing the opposite. Like where in a
Mm-hmm.
normal isekai, like okay, he had his arc with this girl, they had the episode where he saved her,
Yeah.
and they're just gonna do like the time skip, fuck everything else, and like move on to the next girl.
Yeah.
They just they kind of spend time there, not even just like one like episode to kind of make us feel good. It's just like yeah, they're kind of showing us the process of them
Yeah.
like studying there. He's being trained in sword, even though they like we know he's not a swordsman. He's not gonna be.
Never gonna be a
We're just kind
swordsman.
of getting to like see these interactions, like him
Mm-hmm.
spying on her grandpa, was kind of like a funny scene. I don't know. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
all these like tropey kind of things that usually happen, they
Yeah.
just like they manage to like do them like with taste or avoid them completely.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. I don't know, like it says here 11 episodes. I just
Yeah,
saw
I
it.
was just looking at that right now. Kind of a
But
bummer, really.
I also
Mm-hmm.
glimpsed as I walked here that it
Uh-huh.
says sequel here,
Where?
like
I'm looking at your screen
in
now.
the page.
But when's it happening though? When's July?
Um,
July? Summer? No
this is
way.
pretty soon.
That's just
Like
a one season
they
gap.
are
Are
they
they
are serious about this one.
holy
So
cow. Wow, the sales for
it's a,
this must be like insane. I'm assuming
yeah,
it must
and
have been a manga, right? It must have been a manga or a light novel
yeah,
or
I
a light
think so.
novel.
So
Yeah, the sales must just be absolutely
yeah, it's
crazy
a
if they're
manga.
okay. Yeah, wow. There's not a whole lot of shows that get another season
Like
that quickly. I think My Hero is probably the only one I can think of off the top of my head that got another season that fast.
no, My Hero took I think like 9 months for the second season.
Hmm. What
I think
other?
it was
There's just not a lot. There's
I'm
not a lot
trying
of
to
shows.
think.
There's not a lot of
Dude,
shows.
Beastars doing it in 1 year was insane to me, but this
Yeah.
show is doing it in one
I,
like 3 months.
I think Beastars was popular, but I actually didn't even think Beastars was gonna get a second episode, second season.
I was afraid personally, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew I knew Netflix was backing it, so
That's true. Netflix with their cash money.
so yeah, I just now noticed it. So
Hmm.
I was like, I didn't know how far they were going to go, and I had that feeling, and then
Yeah.
immediately I looked. My eyes were just rolling over to the sequel button.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I actually hadn't even heard about that news, so that's really cool.
You and me both. We just found out together.
Just found out. Yes.
So nothing really happened, but
Nah.
we have
I'm
like 3 or 4 episodes to go.
yeah.
Like I'm assuming he will finish this job.
Right. So cuz what there's already been two time skips, something like that. They weren't significant.
Yeah.
It was just like a couple years worth, but this one is he's supposed to be at this job for 5 years, right? So, a lot of time is being spent building up his relationship with the princess, which is not princess, but with the girl Eris.
Eris, yeah.
And then I think it's just gonna boom skip to the end of the 5 years,
Yeah,
unless like
probably.
something major happens, which I don't know
I,
what
I,
that would
I've,
be.
like I'm assuming they'll give at least 2 more episodes to this because one will have to. At some point, they're gonna have to address like his fighting skills. I think like they want to do that. Like
It seems like they want to do it, but I actually don't think it's that important for the
I
guy
oh,
at
I
the end
don't
of the
think it's
day.
important. It just seems like they're really pushing for it because like they put a bit of it in every episode.
That's
I
true.
think it would be cool if they would just like keep doing that as like he's training on the side, but actually like pulling away from doing it.
Okay, but actually, I just right now thought of something. Because we know that Eris is getting pretty darn good with the sword now. Like maybe she's just gonna be the sword master to Rudy's magical whatever, you know? Like in other words, they'll pair up. And who knows where Sophie comes back into the picture, but I mean, it seems like Eris is going to be like a main character, right? So maybe Rudy just forgets about the sword at like training, and then you know, because
Picks up Eris.
yeah, because the whole purpose of him even coming here in the first place was to get money so he could go learn more magic. You
Yeah,
know,
with Sophie,
yeah, with
where
Soph.
Eris can't go, right?
I mean, like I'm just saying, it seems like Eris is the main character. I don't know.
Um,
So
Again, like I'm by now giving this show like
yeah,
credit for like I don't know like like what
what's
normal
gonna
things are they gonna do or like what things are gonna like divert our expectations. They could be just putting time into Eris because she's like a character they want us to explore, and she might be left behind whenever he leaves.
That's actually true. You know what? That's a real good point because we saw that with Roxy, and now we've seen
Yeah,
that with Sylphie.
and he's still in touch with Roxy and in a very like natural way. He's just like, oh yeah, we're exchanging letters sometimes.
I I actually really love that part of the show that they
Mhm.
sometimes exchange letters. I just think it's great. Like people do that, you know. So like
Yeah,
yeah,
like just because she's not like part of the main plot, or she's not on screen, doesn't mean she stops existing.
exactly,
Um,
exactly.
and
That's what makes the
that's the
show great.
feel that I love about this.
Yes, yeah, because like that, like when somebody, you know, in a lot of other shows, so many other shows, when somebody leaves the main stage, so to speak, then they just cease to exist, but not these characters, and that's what's amazing about it. So,
That feels great, Mushoku Tensei. I'm really happy we're getting another season of this
oh heck
this
yeah.
year,
A-
2021.
And in summer, it's like insane. Like if you were to, if I didn't know about this right now, and you were like, okay, it's gonna get another season, I would say fall at the
I almost
earliest.
didn't watch this show.
Oh,
Like,
until I said that my brother said watch this show.
yeah, I was like ready to skip this one.
And actually, I remember that you were saying in the first episode wasn't impressive for you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
because I watched one episode
yeah.
and then like I was like, well, another isekai
Another
doing like the first
isekai.
episode bait where it's like
Yeah, yeah.
the first one is really good, then like
Hmm.
the rest is rolling down the hill.
I
But
know.
then
Yeah.
you said your brother said it's really good. I was like, fuck it, let's
Yeah.
keep watching it.
I mean,
Well,
like my brother. I tend to trust his opinions for the most part. Like sometimes he likes stuff that I don't, but I mean, like he's spot on you most of the time.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to make note of that.
All right. I'm feeling like moving on to ReZero. What do you think?
Go for it.
Okay, so
Um,
the latest episode was Wednesday, right?
yeah.
I'm trying to
We
remember.
got
Oh, right. So, oh shoot, I just realized that we just like talked about Mushoku Tensei, and I didn't like switch the spoiler tag, and nobody said anything. Okay, let me just switch. I'm gonna switch it to ReZero now, obviously. So what I was gonna say is that for ReZero, a couple major things happened, right? Where first of all, they kind of finished confronting Roswaal.
um
Sort of. He's not out of the picture yet, but
yeah, it feels like, I mean,
he's been
they haven't
temporarily
like,
dealt with. He's been dealt with for the moment, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, because they basically they went up to him and they were like, "Well, we know what you want to, we know what you're trying to do, and we are not necessarily going to be in your way, but you need to help us, like, go stop what's going to happen to the mansion," type of thing. And
And it
then
seems like they're like stopping him on both fronts.
yeah, because then he wants to like cast the magic that turns everything into snow, but then Ram is there to be like, "Wait a minute, no, you're not going to do this." So, it's interesting. Because okay, actually that was like the very last scene.
That was the end.
That was like
Yeah.
literally the last. I kind of like, I'm skipping a little bit back and forth, but they spent, actually, if I remember right, they spent a lot of time talking to Roswell, and it, like, the actual content of what they were saying to him wasn't all that interesting, because at the end of the day they were just gonna like go do their own thing anyways.
It was like, the reason it was uninteresting is because I felt like they just like, them and Roswell just had a
Mhm.
dissonance that entire conversation. They weren't like talking to each other. Like Natsuki and his friends were going like,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, we got you right. This is
yeah,
over." And Roswell in his head was like, "What do you mean? This is
yeah.
never over. This, like, I'm
Yeah,
literally gonna keep doing this till the
yeah,
next time you die, and then another me is gonna come up."
yeah.
Um,
Which I thought that was funny.
so it felt they were kind of like talking over each other, and like they didn't like really speak to each other.
Yeah. Um, I think it's because both sides think that they can win, you know,
Yeah,
and like
they're like certain that they
they're
will
like
win.
100% sure that they're both. I mean, that's like kind of your traditional anime villain versus protagonist type of deal. So I'm kind of like whatever about it, but they just took so long. It was like half the episode.
Yeah, it
uh,
was a long
it
combo.
was a really long. I was like kind of bored by the end of it, but fortunately, like once they moved past that, then it was interesting again because they went to the mansion, and
Yeah,
I have been waiting for them to go back to the mansion forever. So, also there was that little bit where Emilia came out of her first trial, and Roswell was
yeah, that was
there.
a nice little scene.
That was a nice little scene
Um,
because Emilia was like, F you, I got this. You don't have power over me, type of thing. I like that. That felt like good.
yeah, she's like self-empowering a bit.
Exactly, because like the Emilia that we have seen for like 20 plus episodes now has been very weak. Like
Yeah,
like her willpower, like her motivation,
she
her
was
desire
just
to
kind
do
of
stuff.
helpless by herself.
Kind of helpless, right? Yeah, so
Mhm.
now we're seeing like a new side of Amelia, which is really great. But I was like, I've been looking forward to them going to the mansion forever. And you know what's funny is that the entire time I was thinking, why in the world can't Garfield just go with them? You know?
I, I
And then
thought like they explained it like that. What I heard in the beginning when they
yeah,
explained it was like, oh, he is like, he isn't like half-blooded. He's
right,
full-blooded
right,
because
right, right.
they like specifically said they have a different father,
Yeah,
but apparently like that father was also like,
yeah. I know. I thought it was like kind of out of nowhere, but at the same time, I just accepted it because I was like, good. This is exactly what we need. So I was like,
yeah.
please go and kick that one girl's butt, the assassin girl. I was just like, I'm tired of her. She needed to die like a season ago, and so so they're gonna go take care
Yeah,
of her.
she's a strange one.
She's like stupid strong for not having magic.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? but
She's
I
just like,
I think that's what makes her scary. So obviously she's like obsessed with the whole like I'm gonna slice your stomach open thing,
hmm
but that just, I mean, it makes her weird, but what makes her scary to me is that she doesn't use magic and she's stupid strong. So
yeah. She's also doesn't seem like very physically strong,
no,
but
she's really fast. I
yeah,
think
she's just like, yeah.
yeah, she has like superhuman speed, and I think that that's scary because like she's weird.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking back, like the giant that was like, or like
I
semi-giant. I didn't
yeah
remember
yeah
that was like back in season one.
yeah
He seemed really strong. Like
he
he was
does.
like the I'm dumb and strong kind of character, and she just like hacked him off. Uh,
That's true. That's true.
yeah,
Well,
it's very
anyways,
nice that we have a season without Rem because I don't miss her at all.
I
Um,
I think that she was uh I don't know how to talk about Rem, to be honest, because like she's always been in a weird place because she's always been competing with Amelia, right?
yeah, but there was no real competition.
But there was no real competition because you like we know, like the viewers know that Rem was never gonna win in that love triangle that they had going on.
Yeah,
So
she's
it
just a
it
friend.
it felt like they had they gave Rem tons and tons of screen time, but at the end of the day she just didn't matter because she went into this coma thing where like nobody remembers who she is, right? So I kind of feel like they shafted her a little bit, like why did they give her so much time on the main stage if she was going to be completely irrelevant in season 2? Just I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I think that is bad writing in my opinion. um but I mean, at the same time, like I am grateful that Emilia has like finally, just
Grown a bit,
she grew
like
up,
as a
she woke
character.
up, yeah, she woke up as a character, so like that was cool. I mean, of course I still want Rem to be saved, like I want them to go back to the mansion to like save everybody.
Yeah, they're
uh
doing it right now. They're saving her.
they're doing it,
I'm
so
wondering how like the whole like thing is gonna be resolved though, because she like
with
I mean
Beatrice.
she doesn't have like nobody has memories of her, and that's
Oh,
like what's
that's what
keeping
you
her in
mean.
a coma. So like saving her is like not saving her in the mansion is like a thing. It's like the immediate problem, but it's
Yeah.
not solving like the bigger problem. So like she's gonna
Yes.
stay comatose for for a while.
Didn't it have something to do with like the sanctuary and the trials and all that? I actually don't remember it because
Nope.
this is how long it's been since she
No,
went
it
into the
actually
coma.
is like irrelevant as far as I know.
I have no idea how they're
Right?
gonna bring back memories of this girl then, because like I don't know.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, I'm actually not like too invested in them bringing Rem back. Like she's cool, I guess, but I I want to see more Amelia actually. Uh,
Team Amelia. Let's go.
Team Amelia, I guess. I don't know. I mean, sure. Like, it's funny because like in the first season, I actually really liked Rem, but
I
that's
was always Team Amelia.
well. Here's the thing: I really liked Rem in season 1 because she was actually doing stuff, right? Whereas Amelia
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, that's fair.
didn't really do anything. So, well, anyways, Beatrice, I think, is going to be the answer for them resolving the immediate fight that they have going on.
Oh, it just looked like Garfield can handle her. Like,
Garfield, but I think that there were 2 assassins, right? There was the
wait,
girl
what?
because do you remember how there
Oh,
was?
right.
Do you
You're right.
remember? Do you
I
remember?
forgot. Yeah, yeah.
There's a second assassin girl, and I don't remember what she looks like or anything like that. But there's a second one, so I think Beatrice is gonna need to pull something out of her butt because like they're still in trouble.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
they're always in
They're
so
always
much
in
trouble.
they're always in so much trouble. But I think that Subaru is just not gonna die for a while. Probably like
For a while.
I
I
I
mean,
want I want to say
can't,
5 episodes.
right?
I want to
We're on the plot line. We're on the route to get to the next checkpoint.
the next checkpoint, which means that he can't die because otherwise it's just gonna be like all the stuff that they've done is gonna be useless, right?
Yes.
So
Please now.
I think probably like 5 episodes before he dies again. It's probably gonna be something dumb too.
This is the guesstimate.
Yeah, the
Wait,
guesstimate. How many episodes
wait.
do we
So
have for
that would
Reason
be
of the
till
Season,
the
by
end
the
of
way?
the season.
Ooh, that would be the end of the season. Maybe that's the cliffhanger. Episode 12 is gonna be him like dying some gruesome way, and then it's gonna be like, dude,
Yeah, and
they're
that's like
totally gonna do
next.
that. They're gonna do that to us,
Yeah,
dude.
that sounds very
He's
dumb.
gonna freaking die at the end of the last episode. I just know it. Well, hopefully it's
Yeah.
epic. Hopefully it's epic. What's XD saying?
Oh, you're saying like, what if Garfield isn't strong enough?
I
Yeah,
think
like what if he can't deal with
I
what's happening
think
here?
my opinion is that he can't kill her. That he can keep her occupied while everybody else, evacuates or whatever the heck it is that they need to do. Because we remember that Petra is kind of the one that's holding everybody down. Oh, well, and Rem. So Petra and Rem are both basically holding everybody back because
Mhm.
they're useless. Like Petra just is a little girl and Rem is comatose. So yeah, I think that Garfield can actually like fight and keep. I don't remember what the heck this Eliza. What's her name? I don't remember.
Yeah,
The assassin
that
girl.
sounded right, but I have no idea.
The assassin girl. I think that he can keep her busy, but I don't think he can kill her, because
He was kind of alluding that he has like I thought it would be as strong as
I mean, like when he turns into his beast form, he's really strong.
so apparently like, but he was kind of saying like, dude, you gotta get the fuck back because otherwise like you might get hurt. Like
Be-
this is the kind of like you have to stay away from Easter End.
because he's gonna turn into his beast form. I'm assuming. Like we've already seen how strong his
Yeah.
beast form is. Yeah.
But was he that strong?
We
Well,
never
maybe, I
we
don't know.
never
Like,
okay
was he that
oh, no,
stronger than
no,
like
but,
Frederica?
no, but hold on though, because we never really saw just how strong he was, because every time he turned to his beast form they kind of cut the fight short. So I don't know. He could be like stupid strong. I don't know. Like that's I'm actually like really looking forward to next episode. So I want to see him. But yeah, let's catch up on comments and then we'll move on to like Attack on Titan or something.
Yeah, I do agree that like the first season and the first part of the second season of like the fucked up world and like the struggle of Subaru is kind of like lessened here because they want to give us a lot of plot like on this season. Like
Mhm.
they wanted to progress the plot, I feel. Cuz if we would have stayed like way far back and we kept like focusing on like his failures,
Mhm.
like I feel like we wouldn't be going anywhere, and that would just be kind of frustrating.
It'd be boring. It'd be boring, really, because like maybe the first time it'd be like okay, kind of interesting, but then it'd be boring eventually. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
like I feel the same. Like I needed some progression because like I waited for this so many years, but like
Yeah, I
uh
mean, like for a story to be
oh okay,
interesting,
actually
like
agrees. I just brought up like the point. Okay.
okay, yeah. I mean, because that's my thing about just shows in general. For them to continue to be interesting, the characters have to grow, the plot has to go somewhere. That's why there's this section of Steins Gate. Okay, very very brief tangent where there's a section of Steins
Go for
Gate
it.
where they have like a time loop, and then same thing in what is it? Shoot, I'm blanking on the name. That one high school girl that's a god, and then like what is it called?
Haruhi?
Haruhi, yeah. Where there's a time loop in there too. It's like episodes 16 through 20 or something like that, where they like time loop, and like it's just not very interesting when they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. So, well, anyways, that's the only comment that I have. So, yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
the
the Haruhi time loop is a
we-
bit different because since
true.
the show is not chronological, it's a bit different.
Okay, that's
Like
true. Maybe that's a bit of a rabbit hole. We may talk about that at some point, but I feel like if we go
yeah,
down
okay.
there right now, it's gonna take forever.
Yeah, I'm by the way a defender of the time loop.
Okay, that's
I know
fine.
many people like really hate it, but
Yeah, I I
yeah,
I don't like it. I skipped it, but I mean, like
that's okay.
if people like it, that's cool. All right, let's talk about Attack on Titan.
Go for it. Nothing
Um,
happened. I'm joking.
hold
A
on.
lot happened.
Did a lot happen? Because okay, so hold on, let me switch my what's it called?
Um, no,
My
no,
my
like we didn't
thing.
progress like time wise, but we got a lot of info.
Attack on Titan. Bam. A lot didn't happen, but it's going great. I think a lot will happen soon. So okay, so we got information on, and this might be 2 weeks worth of episodes now,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Where we found out exactly how they got all of this tech because they partnered up with some other country, which is basically like
Yeah, the
Japan.
tech and like who are like the people who betrayed like the other like Marley and like
Right.
what's going on there.
Right. One interesting thing is that apparently Mikasa has some kind of like ties to this, foreign country, which is basically Japan.
Yeah,
Um, I thought that was
very
fun.
fair.
I thought that was funny. Um, so we actually don't really know what that means. Like, like if
Yeah, it was
it's
kind of strange,
obviously
but they didn't really.
important, but we don't know why it's important. So we'll probably find out at some point in the future. And then
What point?
I don't
We
know.
don't have many more episodes to
I
go.
wait, hold on. Are you for real? Let me see. This is 16 episodes. What episode are we on right
Yeah,
now?
I'm free like on 11 or something.
Episode 12 airs tomorrow. So we have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 5 episodes left.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I don't
not
know.
enough to explore wherever Mikasa is from.
That's true. I don't know. Okay, the truth is like I don't understand why it mattered for her to be related to them, but she is, and that was kind of interesting. And then the two, shoot, what are their names? The people from Marley, the children, they broke out of prison.
Like Gabby and
Gabby and dang, what's his name?
Falco.
Falco. Gabby and Falco. Yeah, so they broke into prison. You know what's one detail that somebody else actually had to tell me? That
Hmm?
foster home that they ran to, that they are staying at, apparently that's the same place that Sasha grew up. Did you know that?
Wait,
Did you even
what?
realize
You
that?
completely cut out for me.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll say it again. I'll say it again. So
The
the
foster home.
the foster home that Gabby and Falco are staying at right now, that's the same place that Sasha grew up.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Wait, it's in the flashback.
I didn't even realize that though. Like it's just like even if it was in the flashback,
Oh.
I didn't even like realize that until afterwards. And then somebody had to tell me this, and I was like, wait a minute, are you for real? And then I like watched it again. I
I,
was like, holy crap.
so I didn't recognize the people, but the moment I saw the flashback,
Um.
it immediately tied back to Sasha for me. And then
Mhm.
then it was like it all made sense because we have Gabby who shot Sasha. Here,
Yeah.
the spoilers are here.
Yeah.
Gabby shot
Exactly.
Sasha,
I know, right?
and
Immediately recognized him.
now she's hanging out with her. She's and like that kid didn't even know probably that Sasha is dead.
No, no, no.
Um,
Yeah. So well, anyways, I was like, dang, that's interesting. So yeah,
yeah,
apparently they
I
said
don't know.
welcome to the Brown household. I didn't catch that. Man, I'm not a attentive watcher apparently. So, um
Yeah, okay, so XD agrees. Like your voice sometimes cuts out. Like it's not in my stream, it just cuts out.
wait,
Like on
so
Discord, I think.
on you know what it might be? Hold on. I can adjust the setting on Discord so that it cuts out so like I do have like a sound gate here, so I can like lower the sound gate. Cuz I think
We
that's
can fix it later.
well,
Like
it's just I'm already fixing it. Like it's already
oh, okay.
it should already be better, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. Um I just had to adjust the slider. So hopefully it's better. Um but other than that, there really wasn't like a whole lot that happened. It's not like a lot of story stuff, right?
I'm
I
just
mean,
wondering how do you
action
feel about
wise,
like the like because this is like a complicated topic. Like there
sure.
was like the like Gabby and I forget her name, but the girl from the foster home.
Yeah, I know. I think I know the girl that you're talking about, the blonde haired girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had like this like climax
Oh,
there at the end
right, right, right,
where
right.
she was asking like, well, my mom didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like she paying for the sins of like
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people? And Gabby's like, wait, but the sins of the past because it's like ingrained in her. But
Yeah,
that's an actual real world kind of conflict
it
where like
is.
we wonder how much do we hold like past like mistakes of people on like current society.
It is, yeah.
And it felt really weird for me because usually I'm like inclined to be on like at least in my opinion of like the
Mhm.
blonde girl's side,
Yeah.
but I do recognize that most of the time like you'd want to kind of um help rebuild or like recognize these kind of like past sins
Mhm.
and like it's just like it's a very Israel thing could be, but I feel like it's true to the entire world.
I
uh
yeah, so you know, I kind of have a thought on this cuz um like you said, this has been ingrained into Gabby's head since she was
mhm,
born probably. Um but the thing is that because they're still kids, I think that she's also like and because of like how this story is going, like the way that the blonde haired girl was like, my what did my mom do to deserve this, right? Like we
mhm.
weren't even born when all this like stuff happened 1,000 years ago. Like, why are you blaming us? I think that Gabby is actually like beginning to like understand that maybe what she was taught was wrong.
Mhm.
And it's just like
What she was
the
taught wasn't technically like it wasn't historically wrong, right?
not
Is
historically wrong, but I'm trying to what I'm trying to say is that Gabby, I think, is realizing that she has a lot of hatred for these people that didn't do anything wrong for to her directly. In other words, this blonde haired girl, like, what did she do? She didn't kill anybody. Um,
yeah,
and
I'm just
and that
wondering about
realization,
that like as a messaging.
yeah.
I'm just
Well,
wondering about
well,
it.
the thing is that realization that Gabby's having is like making her rethink like everything. Like, and I think that it's just like kind of driving her crazy a little bit because like she's just beginning to think like, oh well, crap, maybe I've been lied to my whole life in a way, you know, like historically accurate, sure, but it, you know,
Mhm.
it'd be a shock to take that in, right? Apparently, Exy doesn't care about Gabby. I don't actually. Okay, for the record, I don't really care about Gabby either. But I think it's just interesting to talk about like what it is that she's going through.
Gabby, yeah, I care about Falco.
I
Falco
th-
is cool.
I think Falco's cool.
But, like I don't care for Gabby. I'm just interested in the idea. Like
Yes, same. As a character, she's really not that interesting. But what is happening to her is
because she's
interesting.
like she's basically like the old Aaron,
Yes, she's very one dimensional.
and I didn't like the old Aaron. So
I also did not like the old Aaron, but yeah, yeah, yeah. She's a very one dimensional character because like she had all this stuff beaten into her head, right?
hmm.
So it's hard for her to make change. And I think that if anything, she's on the brink of becoming an interesting character because like once she grows from this experience, then she's going to be cool, I hope. So we'll see.
Mm, well,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess we'll just
Yeah. I mean, it would have been cool if everybody survived, if everybody had survived that
yeah.
attack.
So let's just put it here.
Hmm.
Another season, or is this really the last one?
I mean, it's in the title. I feel Wouldn't that be hilarious if like
I mean,
they
they're
end
not
this?
gonna be the first because Gintama, the last season, part two is a thing.
They wouldn't do that though, would they? That's so funny,
I
dude. Can you,
I don't know at this point.
I think
Like
that
this
that's so
doesn't look like
funny.
it's ending.
Might be. Oh, maybe we'll get a movie. XD say that. This is a really good point
People are
by
talking about
XD.
this movie option.
I. It
It,
sounds great.
wouldn't that movie already like be almost done and already like people would know, or are they saving it for the no spoilers kind of thing? Because like Japanese people usually like greenlit like in the open since like the manga would like being known.
But the is I I can't remember. The manga is finishing, right?
It's finishing like in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so maybe there's gonna be a movie. That'd be so cool. Well, we'll
Wait,
get maybe it'll be a few years for us to get the movie, but I don't know.
that would be,
The thing is, here's
dude.
the
This is such a bait with like the final season, and then it's like end the movie.
okay, but here's the thing though. Um, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but a lot of the times the reason an anime gets made is to sell manga.
The reason what?
Or the reason why an anime gets made in the first place is to sell manga or to sell light novels. Because the margins on those are a lot better than Blu-rays.
Mm-hmm.
So if the manga is ending and this is quote unquote the final season of Attack on Titan, like from a money making standpoint, they don't have a whole lot of incentive to make a movie. I mean, it could bring in more money, I don't know, but like I could see them honestly just like ending here and not having the rest of the story animated and
What? That would be.
I don't know. Like I could see that
That would be
happening.
insane.
We'll see. I
Wouldn't
mean,
it?
I want a movie. I think a movie would be cool. I also don't have any particular interest in the manga because I don't like the art style of it. Yeah,
Wait,
we'll see.
I'm.
The only reason I caught up because
The
I thought this was
final
the
season
ending.
definitely, and maybe movie.
Who knows?
Is
Well,
what we're
time will
going for
tell.
right now.
Time will tell. Yeah, we'll see. All right. I don't really have any other thoughts on Attack on Titan. If you want to talk about Promise Neverland.
Um. Wait, just remind me.
Yeah,
Okay, so
and then I think this probably
we're
be
having
the last thing too.
we're having the
The what?
Norman is alive saga.
Hold on. Oh, yes, but you should have let me change the spoiler tag first. It's fine.
The promise spoilers.
Yeah,
here.
spoilers for Promise Neverland, please. Season 2. If we're not getting a movie, I legit might not even read. Yeah, I'm not planning on reading the manga. I just don't think that the manga for Attack on Titan is that great because the art style is kind of poop.
I mean, I didn't continue with other shows with the
Mhm.
manga, so I'm probably not gonna do this one as well.
Yeah, it should be alright. Oh, but you know what? My friend was telling me the other day that the My Hero Academia manga is just amazing and that I should catch up to it, and I'm kind of thinking I might. So we'll
Get
see.
another season next.
I know it is, but there's still a lot of manga, to be that's I think they're on like 400 chapters or something like that.
Yeah, it has a lot of.
Yeah. So apparently the manga is amazing. I don't know. I kind of trust my friend on opinion on this, so we'll see. So yeah. So Promise Neverland, 2 episodes worth of content, right? That we have to talk about. And so yes, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago where Norman was like revealed to be alive. Which is cool, but there's a major snag, which is that what Norman wants is now very different from what Emma wants.
Again, and they kind of like say even they kind of like address it directly. This is a retelling of the house like thing, where they're both like obviously incredibly like capable, but each have their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
And he obviously wants her to be happy. She wants everyone to be happy. That's kind of like the two viewpoints. And he's trying to do things himself. She's trying to be idealistic. He's like the practical side.
Yeah, I don't know how the heck this is going to turn out because they had in the most recent episode they had a sit down where they talked to each other about what it is that they're trying to achieve and why they're trying to achieve it. So I mean, like Norman wants to kill all the demons, or yeah, all the demons, because he's like, this is just going to solve our problems, and he's maybe right about that. Who knows? And then Emma is like, no, I don't want to kill all the demons. I want everyone to live a happy life together, and we have these two special demons that are going to make this happen for us.
I mean, I don't know why. Do you remember like one thing that
Mm-hmm.
bothered me there is that they said, and well, we can't kill all the demons because like if like Mujika still exists, like Mujika and his friend
Yeah,
and her
yeah,
friend,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they wouldn't like it. But I don't think they would care, would they?
Um,
Like they don't seem sentimental to other demons. They just like they have their cult of people who don't eat humans.
okay,
And
so
they're like we're not interfering.
but hold on a second. That's just something that they claim to not eat humans. But the dude, when he let them go, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm letting them go because I want them to reproduce, and then we'll have all the humans that we want to eat, or whatever."
Yeah.
That was like weeks and weeks ago that he said that. So
Mm,
there's
he didn't say that he wants to. He just said like imagine that, right? If I remember
yeah,
correctly.
yeah,
It was just
yeah.
like imagine like them reproducing and us having like.
But he wants to eat humans. Like he's not trying to be shy about this. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So there's a snag.
So
There's a snag there, and it's gonna come back to bite them later on. I don't know when, but I think that the bigger problem right now is that Norman and Emma are gonna fight at some point. Like I don't understand.
I mean they're fighting right now.
They're fighting right.
Like Emma just doesn't know it.
She just doesn't know it, and from the very beginning, I already assumed that there was gonna be a big problem between them because, we have Norman has his own like gang now.
Crew, yeah.
Yeah, he has his own crew.
Running.
Yeah, and he's not gonna betray his crew for Emma. He's just not gonna do that.
No,
Yeah.
I actually think he would, but I don't think he's gonna betray like his like goals for Emma, because like Emma is like the end goal, and he like assumes he knows better what's good for her and like the family, right? 'Cause I think he still prefers Emma to his crew. Like his crew is more like a side effect.
I'm thinking about that. Maybe. Because the thing is that he was willing to talk with her. He was willing to not. I mean, I don't know if this is even true. I don't know if Norman is even lying to her because do you remember that there was this part where they came to an agreement?
Like, well, of course not. I'm gonna go on with the plan.
Yes, but I was specifically gonna say that there's this part where him and Emma came to this conclusion where they were like, okay, I'll give you 5 days to go find so whatever their name is, I can't remember. Sonju and the other girl.
Sonjun Mojika.
Yeah, he's like, I'll give you 5 days. And I was like, okay. So it seems like he kind of wants to come to the table with Emma. But the entire time the scene was happening, I was like, I don't believe Norman, And then afterwards, he told his crew, like, nah, I don't care what they do. I'm going to go kill everybody anyways.
But he could be lying to his crew as well.
He could be lying to the crew. It's absolutely insane, to be honest, because like there's no way for us to know what Norman actually wants. So
like I think they're kind of letting us know in the end, like he is on borrowed time. He doesn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, that was that final scene, right? It was at the very end of the last episode.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I guess he's dying, right?
Yeah, I think they're all dying, right?
Yeah. We know for sure that the other ones are dying, but they have some kind of medicine that's helping them. And then also, like, I guess Norman has just been lying from the very beginning, because do you remember like when he first reunited with Emma, they talked about how he got shipped off to another farm and they were experimented on, and then Norman was like, oh yeah, they didn't experiment on me. But that's obviously a lie.
He's obviously like, yeah, he's playing like I feel like right now we can like we don't know that he's playing both sides, but it feels to me like he is.
He's playing 4D chess, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's what we would normally like. We describe it like that.
I'm just assuming like his goal is the same goal as always, like sacrificing himself like for the better of like the rest of the fam.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah,
dude. Like it's just absolutely insane. Like when you think about how smart Norman is and like all the stuff that he's trying to bring together and make happen at the same time is absolutely insane.
Yeah. So what do you think about like okay.
Yeah.
They have a lot of like demons that they're keeping in their like
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
base.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And there was like this one, I don't know if
The
he's
big one,
alive or dead,
the
but
big
the one
one,
that's like skewed to the wall.
dude, that was insane. I was like, oh my god, what are they doing with this guy? That was just crazy.
Um First of all, like I was wondering what's your thoughts about that? And like what's your thoughts about like that girl eating a demon?
Girl eating a demon. Hold on, when did that happen?
The pink haired girl. Oh.
Oh, right, right,
She's
right,
going kind of
right.
crazy and she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, I
I
hunt demons and I want to eat them."
Yeah, yeah, I remember that now. I remember that now. Well, it seems like they're kind of struggling for food like all the time. So I'm kind of just like, well, shoot. I mean, like the demons eat humans. I mean, like why? I mean, if you're gonna eat demons, like I just I
I
can't,
mean, this is obviously like
you know.
this like reminds me of like Hunter x Hunter, doing like
Mm-hmm.
the whole like, well, you guys don't spare thought for bugs or like for animals that you grow like, and then like the king is like, um, yeah, why would I like spare any thought for you? Um, because
Uh-huh.
like the show is very much doing like with you can see it in the OPs as well and like in the ADs. They like have a lot of food allegories. Like there's the table, there's like the food on the table, then there's like kids
Yeah.
on the table.
Yeah.
And it's like part of their plot, but it's also I feel like they're trying to like make a bigger point of like how like we treat food and like should we like how do we treat animals and things like that. I'm assuming that's where they're going for.
I think so. Because remember that one scene in the forest where Sonju was teaching Emma how to fight? Or no, 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 sorry,
How
not
to
how to,
hunt.
not how to hunt, how to
Yeah.
hunt. And then Emma had like a whole like prayer scene over the dead body
Hmm.
or something like that. I think that that's kind of related to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Because there's like a lot of approaches that you could take towards like
yeah,
food, animal, and like killing for the sake of eating,
yeah.
or
There's
like
so there's definitely some themes going on there. I don't know exactly what it is that they're trying to say. I think that based on like what Emma wants, they're trying to say like all life has a you know a right to live. I guess is sounds like what they're trying to get at.
mm,
Because Emma's been pushing that. She's been like, oh, think about how the demons have children and elderly
I mean,
and et cetera, et
but
cetera.
so basically it's like what it sounds like is that they're pushing for like all um like intelligent life
Hmm.
is worth saving
That's what it sounds like they're
basically,
trying to say. Yeah.
which is just like a strange point. It just like I was
I
just thinking
mean,
about it after the
it,
last two episodes.
in this
Um,
world, it's kind of strange because obviously we have, I mean, demons are intelligent, but I don't know. I mean, they're farming humans, right? So it's kind of a weird position for the humans to be in, considering they can't even like properly go back to their own world. Anyways, oh, by the way,
yeah,
that one reveal where they were like, the last door to the human world is at Grace Field. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
I'm really wondering about that because like where would that? They said it's like underground.
Underground and
So
like
I'm like
garden.
assuming like I don't know if Norman meant it because it's true, or
Yeah.
because maybe he knows that like he knows something that we don't yet. Um,
Hmm.
maybe he like we know that he went underground basically. Like that the
Yeah.
underground is like that route that they took him through, right?
Yeah.
That's like what they mean
Yes, I
because you have to
think.
go through the demons there.
I think so.
That's like what I understood, and I don't know like how does he know there's like one more like door there? Maybe they showed it to him. Maybe he went there. Maybe I don't know. I just don't know.
We don't know yet because I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff that Norman must know. I think that they've spent like almost a year apart now, right?
Yeah,
So
I think even more. But
even
yeah,
more. Like, there's a ton of stuff that's happened in that gap, and we just have no idea how much Norman knows. So,
yeah. And
yeah.
now the hell did he escape
How did he
and
escape?
everything?
There are
It's like
there are a lot of questions
so many
there,
questions.
which I don't think that we're gonna get the answers to like even half of them.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're not getting.
but I mean, I'm kind of okay with that actually because it's like I kind of just accept that Norman is smart enough to escape because he kind of already did it one time.
Yeah,
So
I'll everything that's relating to like Norman's escape and like
yeah,
the things they did there, I'm kind of like fine with not getting. I'm very
exactly.
interested in like the door, like in
Yes,
Gracefield.
yes,
Um, like what's I forgot the name of the
yeah,
maid.
yeah. Dude, there's gonna be a live action movie for Promised Neverland? Is that
What?
wait, what?
Oh
Hold on.
wait, shit! I did see something for that.
You
Actually,
did?
I did see
Hold
something.
on, can we bring this up? Hold on. Hold, hold on.
Um,
Usagi, don't get mad at me, please. Hold on.
so
I need to Google this. Live action Promise Neverland. Oh wait, hold on. I think I literally have a trailer here. Oh, that's right. Okay, I don't want to watch the trailer. Wait, it's only 34 seconds. We're not gonna get DMCA'd for this, right? Can we just watch? I'm
I
just
don't
gonna.
think so.
Can I just watch the trailer?
Just like show a bit of it,
I'm
but I already
gonna show
saw
a
it.
bit. You already saw this trailer. Okay. Yeah, I completely forgot about this. Zagi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not talking to a wall. I pay attention to you properly. I'm sorry. I just forgot. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Obviously. Don't do
I
the
don't know how I
zoom. Don't
feel
do the
about
zoom.
it. By the way, are you?
Okay, so I actually remember the first comment that I had about this when I saw the trailer for this live action was that the kids seem like way older than I thought they were gonna be.
I mean, they have to be right as actors.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh my God, the sister looks like absolutely deranged though. Like she looks incredibly like I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Man, that's insane. So that's cool. I'm hyped about that. When's that coming out? Does it say when it's coming out? It doesn't say when it's coming
Wait,
out.
are you hype about it?
I mean, like it looks cool. I want to
Would you
see.
watch it?
I would watch it. I mean, yeah.
I'll consider it.
You'll consider it. All right. Yeah, we've been burned by a lot of live actions in the past.
Do you
So,
have like I have two live action
yeah.
movies that are like anime related that
Yeah.
I like.
Okay.
Um,
Which ones are they?
one of them is the Japanese Death Note.
Wait,
Live
hold.
actions are good. Some of them are good.
Okay. The the Japanese Death Note, not the Netflix Death Note.
No. Japanese Death Note is very good.
Okay.
Like I'm one of the I don't know how people feel about what I'm gonna say. I
Okay.
personally think it might be better than the original,
Might be better
like
than the
anime.
original. Wait, for really?
Um,
Okay, because now you're hyping
like
this up pretty hard, and like
I don't know.
I haven't
Like
seen it.
in
I
my
haven't seen
opinion,
it.
and I
So,
say this mostly because of like the second half of like the original Death Note that I
well,
personally think is terrible.
dude, I don't even consider the second half of the original, dude. Like that was just bad.
Otherwise, then they would be like maybe I would prefer the anime because it's like more like runtime, so you can get a bit more.
Yeah,
Um,
the
but
original.
yeah, like you're saying, I hype it, but like the original anime is like it's like a 7 for me. I'm not like super hyped about Death Note.
I mean,
I just personally enjoyed like the movie
I liked
very
it.
much.
Yeah, the original for Death Note.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just
Wait.
clarifying. I was just clarifying for. Hmm? Well, anyways,
Oh, for your chat. Sorry.
yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm not looking at your chat. My bad. Okay, I'm looking at your chat now, but hold on. Okay, never mind. Shoot, what was I gonna say? I had a thought and it's gone now. Doesn't doesn't
we
matter.
were talking about like live action.
We were talking. Oh,
Movie?
right, and you mentioned. Okay, so that's right. I haven't seen the live action for Death Note, the Japanese one, and I want to. Yeah, I'll get around to it at some point. And then there was you said that there were two live actions that you really like. What was the other one?
Oh yeah, I really like the Ghost in the Shell movie. I
Ghost in
think
the
people are
Shell.
giving that movie too much shit.
Oh, I haven't seen
And I
Ghost in
think
the Shell. I want to watch Ghost in the Shell. I haven't seen Ghost in the Shell. Yo, that'd be sick.
I thought it was really nice. I was like a really long time fan of Ghost in the Shell. If I was a good adaptation of Ghost in the
Yeah.
Shell to big screen.
Never seen it. The Ghost in the Shell one. But weren't there multiple live actions for Ghost in the Shell? I might be wrong about this. Or is
I mean like the
there's just the
real
one?
blockbuster, like
The
Scarlett
most recent,
Johansson.
the one with ScarJo.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's the most recent one. I think
um,
that there's another live action for it, but actually don't quote me on that because I don't know.
uh,
I'm really bad when it comes to watching live actions for anime. Okay. Well, anyways, we kind of went off topic, but I think that that's pretty much all that I had to say about Promised Neverland. And I kind of want to wrap up anyways, or we're just because we're already like over by
yeah.
quite a bit. But yeah, did you have anything to say before we hit the end button?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm really interested in like the idea that like comes up with Promised Neverland. I
What
love
about
talking
Death
about
Note?
like the philosophy of like the worth of like life,
Mm-hmm.
basically. But that's like a topic for a different platform,
Yeah.
maybe. Um,
Wait,
but
what
yeah,
about
it
Death
was
Note?
a good week, 2 weeks.
Uh huh.
Other shows were also doing really great. Doctor
Yeah.
Stone is starting to pop up, or like pop
I
off, I guess I should
I'm
say.
I'm eventually gonna come back to Doctor Stone. I don't know when. I mean, like I liked the first season. I've talked to you about the first season a bunch.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's been a busy
I'll
season,
I'm
and
just really happy that I caught up on Wonder Egg,
yeah, me
and
too.
which is kind of
I
weird.
told you it's one of the big ones for
No,
me this season
but
in
hold
this huge season.
the thing is that it's like weird for me to say that I'm happy about catching up because it's kind of a sad show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
I
a
feel the
really
same.
sad show. So I don't know. Kimono Jihen looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
and hopefully,
What's
like,
Kimono? Oh my god, I'm terrible. Wait, what's Kimono Jihen? Is that a show that's airing this season?
yeah,
Hold on. I haven't watched any of it because otherwise I would know what it
you
is.
you watched one episode, didn't you? We talked about it.
I did? I did?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Hold
sure you did.
I
I
because
remember talking to you about it.
oh wait,
I
hold
could
on
be
a minute.
wrong.
Hold on a minute. No, I think I did watch one episode. I think yeah. Junichi
Did.
Suabe is the main character. I watched one, and I haven't watched more. I haven't watched more, but I probably will at some point.
It's again for this season. This is very average. Like
All right, man, we out here
for
with the real
this season is
takes.
just really good.
Where we out here with these takes. All right. Well,
But
I'll watch more of it just because like
Tomoe is
I'm
nice.
inch.
Like I'm enjoying it. Like I'm
Okay. I mean, like
not gonna lie.
that's a solid review as any I've ever heard. You know, like
Yeah, just
if you like it, you like it, right?
it's pretty traditional. Doesn't do too many like
Mhm.
offbeat things.
Okay.
Yeah,
For sure. For sure.
it's as
So
chill as the jazz music I have in my background.
same. All right. I think that that's pretty much it for this week, man. I don't know. You know, every single time we come to the end, I'm like, how did we talk for like an hour and a half without stopping?
I have no idea. When you said we talked half an hour about Wonder Egg, I was like,
we
I mean, I can see myself doing that. I just don't remember doing
Dude,
that.
okay, what's crazy is that we talked for like 30 minutes straight about Wonder Egg, and I wanted to talk more about Wonder Egg. So, yeah, I don't know. You don't hear the jazz music? Oh man, see, we've had jazz music
Yeah,
in the background this entire time.
so
You should have told me. You should, man. It's how you should.
we're gonna catch each
All right,
other
yeah. Let's
on these things in 2 weeks.
let's
And
wrap. 2 weeks from now. Hopefully, maybe we can convince Usu to come on too. That would be cool. You know, chillax with us.
oh,
If
Usu is different. Okay.
if Utsu if no, I had somebody else
Oh,
in mind.
Utsu.
I had somebody else in mind, but if we could get Utsu to come, that would be great. I mean, he's probably sleeping right now.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I don't know when Utsu sleeps.
yeah, I know. All right.
I hope he's well rested though.
There were spoilers
So
before, so I muted. Okay,
we're wrapping it up.
Understandable.
Thanks everybody for coming.
Yeah, thanks everybody for chilling and hanging and whatnot and listening to us talk about anime for a very long time. Okay. Peace.